Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and well, we're back with some more Mopar muscles. Today we got my favorite of all the Mopar cars and the Dodge. We got the Charger Scat Pack. This is an automatic. It only comes in automatic. And today we're going to be tapping the rear diff. And we have a very interesting situation going on because I believe this thing has quite a bit of miles on it. It's been doing some drag racing with the drag radials. We're going to go over to the owner, ask him a couple of questions, and we're going to talk to Hamlet and see what he has to say, because he already did it on his Challenger. He already did the rear diff, so now we're going to be nailing this one and seeing what it feels like. So tell us, how many miles are on this little angel?
Well, I bought it 2 years to the date. Believe it or not, it's about 45,000 or so. It's right about there.
All right,
So and pretty interesting.
And how many miles did you do it out on your car?
For my diff?
Yeah, on your Challenger.
20,000 miles, like straight black, like motor oil from a straight Mopar.
Yeah, it was all messed up and stuff. So it'll be.
We'll see. We'll see.
It'll be a blast to see what it's like on this. All right, let's kick it off. So if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Go ahead and tap that notification bell. You'll be able to come back and watch all this important stuff for your vehicle later. Now, we already changed all the fluids out on Hamlet's car with the Signature Series motor oil, the liquid gold. Now we're coming over here. We're going to be cracking loose this the rear diff. We're going to drain her down. We got her all jacked up here. Hamlet's in the dungeons down here, and he's done this so much.
Half a pump.
So you'll see it's
Let's get stop.
pretty easy.
So you gotta make sure the diff's level. Even don't forget about that.
Yep, I like it. Yep, nice and level.
And always make sure you check this comes out before you open this one.
All right, you always want to make sure that the top one uncorks before the bottom one. And I think, what is it, a 10 mil Allen key?
Nah, it's more than
Eight
6
mil?
6 or 8.
8 mil, yeah. So it's just those two little Allen keys right there. Got our 8mm Allen keys. They crack loose pretty easy, and these really, you only tighten them about 15 to 20 pounds. You don't really go that tight because it's just aluminum, and that aluminum really helps with especially with those fins on that diff. It really helps with cooling, and there's so much torque going to these rear wheels. So we're going to yank off and see what we got. Sometimes the top overflows. Wow, super black.
Oh god.
Wow, look at that. It's like damn motor oil. Wow.
Let's get the second one.
Holy cow. Here we go. Getting ready to scrub off a nut here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. This is gonna be good. 40, how many miles?
45.
45,000.
Right,
Here we go. I'm ready. Holy cow. That's pretty dark. Pretty dark. So yeah, we got how much coming out, Hamlet?
1.2 pints.
All right, 1.2 pints.
I mean 1.2 quarts.
1.2 quarts are coming out. So we're gonna go ahead and let her drain down completely, and then it'll be time to go ahead and squeeze in the Easy Pack. All right, it's just about time to feel her up with our Severe Gear 100% synthetic. And you say, well, what the heck makes this so different? Well, it's the actual film it puts between these gears. And these are like a pinion and gear, and there's a lot of pressure. And the only thing that goes in between there is a film. And you want that film to be as complete as it can be. So think about marbles compared to gravel. Would you want something like this, gravel, to be in between the metal, or would you rather have perfectly round marbles? Well, we'll get rid of the mineral oil, get rid of that crap, and we're putting in the 100% synthetic. This is a GL5 that has the slip lock additive already in it, so you don't have to add nothing. This one I think calls for a little bit extra, so we're going to be adding that, but on most vehicles you don't have to add it. And this is actually the very first lubricant that Al Amatuzio, the inventor of AMSOIL, his name's Al Amatuzio, he actually pioneered this stuff way out at Pikes Peak with Bobby Unser. And you can look up Bobby Unser. He's like a 12-time Pikes Peak champion. Well, he had a lot of problems and a lot of wear with his differential. So in order to take care of that, all that metal flaking and metallic, like we're going to see in here when we dump out the gear oil. You're going to see what it looks like, but basically you want to keep that wear down. You want that stronger film strength. The other attribute to the 100% synthetic is the cold flow property, and also it clings to the metal. So it actually sticks to the metal like honey, and it doesn't drain down, so when you drive your car the next day, you don't have dry gears coming together. So that's another huge benefit, and also added fuel mileage, of course, and you'll see all that down in the description section. I have a whole link to the AMSOIL page that shows the gas mileage difference, and I think it was actually on a Charger in that test, so you'll see that. They did that at like a technical institute where they did a test on it. But enough about the lube. Oh, and this sucker holds 1,100 pounds. So when you stick it in and you squeeze it, it's not gonna just blow up in your face. All right, we're gonna be prepping all our stuff here. We're gonna start out with the limited slip lock. Boom. And this calls for all 4 ounces. So we're gonna be using that whole entire little tube there. And that's kind of like the Dodge Viper. You just pop in the little safety seal on that, and he's just gonna add it right to it. That way we don't have to worry about adding it. And it actually looks completely clear. Just lift it up a little. Let's see if you can show it to him. You can see it looks completely clear. And just amazing. You'd never think that modifier could be that pure, but somehow it is. So this is one of the cars you do add the modifier, just like the Dodge Viper. Calls for quite a bit, because they have the big wide steamroller tires, and then it has to do with the clutch pack. So when you turn really tight, if it chatters and goes and you feel it jerking, that means you need to add more of that. So if your car right now is already chattering, when you turn tight, that means your gear lube is expired and it's time to switch it over. Beautiful. Sweet. I'm gonna snip the tip. Beautiful.
Ready to go in?
And now for the precision squeeze. Now Hamlet here, he's an experienced squeezer, and he's done this so many times, does it in his sleep, and you get a chance to see him do it. And I've come up with a couple techniques. I love doing the toothpaste mushroom method at the end, but everyone's got their own handlings, and you know, you don't have to be that experienced to handle one of these suckers, because you don't have to worry about breaking it. Like a lot of tools, a lot of people are always afraid to break something. So he's squeezing in, easy as pie, into the top fill hole. He's already got the bottom drain bolt on, and we'll add a little light. And yeah, it's just that easy. So now he's really squeezing, and now you can start to roll from the back forward if you want. And then I do a nice little mushroom squeeze. Now he's doing the twisty squeeze, so that's his own technique. And it's amazing, you can watch a dozen people fill up a differential in all these different techniques. And on most of these cars, you want to change this type of stuff about every year if you're really ripping on your car a lot. If you're doing all highway, you're good for, you know, 3 years, 50,000 miles, but we'll see if she's overflowing. She's splooging out at all?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Awesome. So we do a little wipe up and then cork her up, huh?
Yep.
Tighten her up, and you'll see he's not going to go that tight because it's all aluminum. About 20 pounds, and that's it. Good to go. Easy as pie. And that's something you can tap, you know, every year on a performance car like this. Takes about, what, 16 minutes? That's it. So we're going to dump her out, and you'll see these kind of metallic little hazy sparkles. And it's almost like mining for fool's gold. The only thing is, more of this is going to cost you money instead of make you money. So you'll see that haze. That's a lot of clutch material, and then all those particles. And on a break-in vehicle, I recommend doing this at about 8,600 miles on a car of this performance level with OEM oil. If you're running AMSOIL, you know, you could probably ragdoll that for 12,000, 15,000 miles in 1 year. So that's why I say, like, yearly if you have a performance car and you're ripping on it. And then, I mean, with him, he's got real tires, so it's not like he's just going to blow out the tires real easy. So when you stick like that, you have a lot of torque, and that's all heat, metallic, and the clutch material does wear off in there, and there's no real filter to get that out of there. So it's going to circulate, and basically there's a thermal dynamic element called thermal runaway, and as that lubricant breaks down, it whisks together like whisking eggs. You'll see the little bubbles, and I'll actually stick a video to that right up here in the corner. That's on Anthony's Subaru, but basically the transaxles have a lot of problems because there's a lot of air bubbles. You compromise the film, you get metal on metal, you get a lot of heat, the bearings get hotter, and next thing you know, boom, you're done. And that same elements like the trailers. Think about the trailers on the side of the road out here in the desert. You know, we're out here 100 degrees out. You can go out and see a trailer on the side of the road, and that's because they don't grease their trailer bearings. And thermal runaway, the bearing gets hot, the oil gets thinner, next thing you know it becomes metal on metal, and boom, you end up wrecking it. So always best to change it earlier than later. Not only do we have all kinds of fun cars like this on the channel, but we also have Ebens Giveaway, which is the last Saturday of every month. So if you want to be in the giveaway, all you do is leave a comment within the first 30 minutes of the video, and I personally randomly select people. I'm always trying to find new people to the channel. I love giving them the experience. We give $100 gift cards away. So some months a couple, some months we give, God, we've already given what, 1,800 bucks away in tools and gift cards. So we're really stepping it up, and we're going to be putting in some Dominator coolant boost, which is going to help. It's a dual tiered surfactant technology. Hamlet's going to have the honors of putting it in, and it's just something that gives you a quicker warm up, and then it also gives you a cooler operating temperature, because it actually allows the water molecules to get closer to the aluminum. So when that happens, you have a better heat transfer, and then even in the winter, your actual heater core will actually work better as well. So it actually helps in like 3 different ways, and it does break down. That lasts about 30,000 miles or 1 year. So the actual chemicals in that allow it to work, they do break down with heat and oxidation. So you actually want to re-add that every year. And well, it's the best of the best. Perfect. And there goes the coolant going in. It's going to add a little coolant to top it off. And this is the low toxicity biodegradable coolant. And I always get a lot of people, they say, oh, you can only use the purple stuff. And they say you can't mix them and it's going to blow up and this and that. Well, we've actually mixed this with Honda coolant. I showed a video on that. I'll stick that up in the corner. And now we're mixing it with the Purple Power. So yeah, you can mix it, not going to hurt nothing. And that's pretty much it. And this stuff's, the other thing that's good about it, it doesn't hurt animals, and it lasts a lot longer than a lot of the other coolants. This one's good for 150,000 and also 5 years. And this meets and exceeds all the specifications for all the diesel trucks. So as you know, the over-the-road trucks have some of the hardest operating conditions in cold weather, all that. That meets and exceeds Caterpillar and all the other super high specifications. All right, so we got a very, very, very cool summer day here in Las Vegas. It's 91 degrees out. Usually it's about 104. That shift's so nice. Very smooth. Wow. That is awesome, those shifts. We gotta just show just some soft shifts. How nice it is. Wow. That's cool. Man, this is my first time being in the 6.4 liter with the transmission. Wow, this thing's awesome. So just driving 0.1 mile, does it feel any different?
Oh yeah, it's very smooth. Like even the differential, like right now I don't even hear it. Usually when I go, you can hear a little whine before, and I never knew where it was coming from. And once I found out, that's when I hit up Hamlet and yourself to get this going.
Wow. Awesome. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked. So yeah, we're gonna get a little distilled water and we're gonna do some ripping. We'll see what she sounds like. Alright, so we got our distilled water and we're back driving again. And how does it feel? He drove it a little bit now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely shifting better. It feels more quicker, I guess.
Wow.
On the shift.
Nice.
So we're about to turn her around and see.
Awesome. We'll get some loaded shifts and see how she sounds, man. I love long tube headers. Oh my god.
Here we go.
So nice and quiet.
Hold on to your butts.
Let's do it. Sounds amazing.
Man, I gotta heat up this tire before we go play.
Yeah. Man, that's an awesome all-engine car, man.
Thanks, man.
So how's the higher RPM feel?
Listen here. Oh, with the long tubes you can take it far deeper into the...
Yeah. Wraps it up here. We're gonna talk to Hamlet right now and we're gonna tell him how good it feels. Oh my gosh. Thanks, man, for making my day, man. That made my day.
Awesome, man.
That freaking exhaust.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we'll talk to Hamlet now. All right, we're applying the Badge O Honor.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be official. Thanks, Mike, for being a huge part of the channel. Really appreciate you, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's a blast. So there it goes. It's going to be going on. And Hamlet here is a huge part of the channel. He's also a AMSOIL dealer. We're going to stick all his info down in the description section, so definitely check that out. And Michael, thanks again for donating this little angel. Beautiful car.
My pleasure.
And we'll stick the playlist.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
Yes, we'll do it again. We tapped the rear diff and we tapped the motor. So check out those fluids. We'll stick that in the playlist right here in the corner. All right, we'll see you guys back next time on synthetic oil protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection. Ah, perfection.